Hi everyone, Ty here, and welcome to the ASMR College Tips video. This isn't going to be much triggers in this, so if you're looking for more trigger-oriented video, go to my channel and check out the other videos on there. But if you want to learn about college and the applications process, then definitely stick around. So I'm a student here at Florida Institute of Technology, and they it's all right. But they definitely have some issues, but they're working it out, or they say they're working it out. I also want to bring some we could do this in 2 episodes, because I could talk for hours and hours and hours and hours, but then that wouldn't be workload friendly and it wouldn't be viewer friendly. So try to make this 20 minutes. So let's just say let's go with preparing for college and dorm life. So preparing for college, you're gonna be doing your SATs, your ACTs, and really the AP classes. Now, what I say is that do your APs, do your tests if you want to. There's no harm in not doing APs. You're just gonna have generally more general education classes at the beginning few years of your college experience. If you want to go in and go right into your major, then you are going to want to do. I was switch whispering, it kind of hurts my voice to do self talking, but you're gonna want to do those APs and take those AP tests and score high on them, so you don't have to take those gen eds. But if you're doing a major like engineering or anything sciencey, you're going to be doing gen eds for a long time. So honestly, I don't think it really matters depending on your major. Like mine is aeronautical science. I literally just have flight classes. I have like 2 gen eds and I'm done after this year. But I have like friends who are in gen eds for their entire year in college. So, when you're preparing to pack, I would definitely bring your essentials, your toiletries, like some form of entertainment. It might be like I have a computer, or you get like a Fire Stick that you can play Netflix or YouTube off of. Just something to keep you entertained in your free time, because let's say in the first few weeks of college you're making friends, and sometimes you might not have your car, you might not be able to go out places. It's also really expensive to go out every single night or every single weekend, so definitely have something you or your friends can do in your free time. Next, only bring the essentials. They're gonna tell you you need so much stuff. I brought so much stuff home over winter break, and I've been totally fine without it. For instance, I brought home like a few organization systems and a few other things that I brought that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need that, and I didn't need it. So just think ahead on what you're gonna need, and then don't overpack, and don't bring your own furniture. Don't do that. There is no room for it in here. There is barely enough room for the desk the university provided and the bed that the university provided. I can't even record cranial nerve exams in this room because it's so small. But and also keep in mind the things that you're bringing. How is it going to affect your living space? At the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys. I have a PC desktop, and I have 2 monitors, and one of them is pretty big, and the PC and the monitor take up the entire desk. So you are going to want to make sure that you are aware of what you're bringing and what your how much desk space is affected. I'm glad this desk has to pull out, otherwise I would have to do my homework either in the common room or in the library, because, well, there's no other room, because I have the monitors and the computer take up the entire desk. But just definitely, my biggest tip is be spatially aware of how much your stuff is going to affect. Just know these rooms are tiny, tiny, tiny. Next thing is I'd say roommates. I lucked out. I got along with my roommates so well. We're actually a few of us from playing a roommate together next year. But just be prepared for roommates. Like, you might not get along. You might not be best friends. You may not be able to trust your roommates. Do what I say, do what I do. Keep your devices locked so they can't access anything. And lock your room whenever you leave. I'm in a suite style. I have my own individual room, and then we share 2 bathrooms and a common room for 4 people. I close my door every single time I leave in case they have someone over who I don't know and I can't trust around my stuff. Because I know some people will go snooping, and it's like, I don't want them in my stuff. I don't want them in my room. So, like, roommates, just be careful. And it's okay if you guys aren't going to be friends. If you are, that's great. If not, that's alright too. And then also with roommates, it's like, make sure you guys have an agreement in place. I think some places will put like a roommate agreement. My school does it, and basically you'll have to sign off on something. So like, we have some common courtesies like quiet time after 10 o'clock, and like general tidiness, and just make sure you uphold the people to that, because sometimes people will slip and things get really disgusting fast. I actually just moved everything out of my room because one of my roommates doesn't clean up after himself, and it's just, we talk to him and talk to him and talk to him about it. He just doesn't listen. But basically, it's just like, make sure you are on the same page. If you need to get RA involved, get RA involved. If it's a big issue, if it's even if it's something like they don't clean their plates out of the sink and you've asked them 10 times to do it, get someone involved. Say, hey, like, you left your plates in the sink and I've asked you to do it. They smell. We've asked you to do it a million times and you don't listen. Just do things like that. But generally just don't, like with roommates, expect anything to happen. Now next is like common rooms and like shared spaces. First of all, do not leave anything you do not want to see in the next day. Anything you don't care about being stolen in a common room. A lot of dorms will have 15 people and then they share a common room. Don't leave anything in there you don't want to see, because you never know. Even like my suite style, you could have someone over and someone could take it. Like, that's actually why I moved my Xbox in here, because I can put it behind a locked door instead of just one door that anyone in my room has a key to. And then just like keep your common spaces tidy. Don't leave your stuff all around the common space. Like, the only thing that's I left in the common space is the vacuum I bought and the some of the cleaning supplies I bought, and then like the silverware. That's it. Because we have a kitchenette. I don't leave any of my other stuff in there because I just see it as being rude. And like, I'm gonna leave all my stuff out here so no one can use it. So that's really it for like roommates, shared spaces, your room. It's small, don't bring too much. Also, know that colleges lie a lot. They will try to mislead you, and I'm not trying to veer you away from your dream school or anything, but just be aware that it may not be exactly like the tour. Like our tour here, they put you into the nicest freshman dorm for your tour, which I was lucky enough to get, but there's literally 5 O's, 5 buildings. I think there's like 30 or some units in the entire complex. So just know that just don't expect everything to be the same as on the tour. A lot of colleges freshen up and nice in their campus for the tour, so it looks good to show off. They did that recently. Everything started working again, and I'm like, the TVs in the dining hall are working again. The menu TVs in the dining hall are working again, more specifically. And I'm like, huh? Oh, right. Admitted student day is coming up. But, that's really generally it for that. But the admissions process, I mentioned, let's just grab this in one video, because I didn't or any kind of dorm, like, again, to be courteous, like, you might go to sleep at midnight, or you might go to sleep at 10 o'clock, or you might go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just be aware of your volume. This stuff, your volume and the noise that you're creating. Because, like, say, if you're up at, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning screaming at a computer game, or you're screaming at your Xbox, or you're lost, if you're, like, getting mad at your homework, be aware that there are other people around you, and you're, unlike when you lived back home, where it might just been you, your parents, and, like, if you had a sibling, them, but now you live in a shared space, the walls are very, very thin, you can hear everything anyone is saying, so just be aware. Now, the admissions process is, kind of like, it's basically very easy now, I'd say, with the Common App. Write an essay, try to make it unique to you. I literally cannot tell you the amount of my sports injury, or this person died, or this happened in my life stories that colleges get. Write something unique. Like, I wrote about why I flew, and that was a good essay topic, because, like, my admissions coach said, just whatever you do, do not write about my grandpa died, and it, like, this, like, emotionally scarred me, because colleges see that so much. They're just like, I don't know, my greatest sports triumph, essay number 10,562, and they put it in the bio. You want to stand out from the other applicants. Also, like, don't worry about APs. Like I say, like, you know, at the beginning of the video I said, like, you take them if you want to. You don't have to. All taking APs literally does is makes it so you don't have to take gen eds when you come here. But let's say, like, you don't care enough, because honestly, basic gen eds are super, super easy. And it's like I just said, I'm like, you know, I'm glad I took this here because it's just a GPA booster. And it also fills your time. And, yeah, so Common App makes it so easy now. You just fill out all the information on there, and then just send it to the colleges. So, yeah, colleges have their own thing, and you have to do that on their website. But that's pretty much all my admissions process was for the Common App. I filled it out. It took me about an hour and a half the first time to fill in every single little question. But after that, I was like, and I was done. Clicked one button, they all went out. And then, let's go next on scheduling. No, you're not gonna get the class you want to sometimes. You're not gonna get the class at the time you want to with the professor you want to. Sometimes you're gonna take the bad professor. Sometimes you're gonna have to take a really bad time. So, like, I luck out. I get prioritized scheduling because I am a flight major, and I'm required to have, like, a flexible schedule for that. And I'm the first person who's allowed. I'm the first people in the group. Like, I'm the first group of people with my major. My major is the first group of people who we get to pick our classes first. So I lucked out with my schedule, but I've been doing it so I can fill my days. Because there is nothing worse than sitting around all day while your friends are in classes. And, like, I have, like, that's my Tuesday, Thursday, I have absolutely no classes on those days. And I wake up late. I have all my homework done at the beginning of the week, because the way my professors are doing it right now is in weekly waves. I also, like, I'll just sit there and then I'll be done. Like, oh, you guys want to do something? I'm sorry, we got homework. We're doing homework right now. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So just fill your schedule. Take the class you're interested in. Just don't go over the credit limit, because then they'll charge you more. Unless you want to pay more, then go ahead. But also, if you live on campus, get the unlimited meal plan if they have one for every single day. I know people who live on campus who are like, I'm gonna only get the 5-day one. I was like, why? You live on campus? Oh, you get extra dining dollars. I'm like, yeah, but How often do you use those $9? Not often. Just take a look at the meal plans, pick the one that's best for you and your schedule and your, like if you live on campus, get one that you can go to the dining hall every single day, because otherwise you have to find a way to get food out, or you have to make really crappy food in your dorm. And also, lastly into this, last thing is, when you are bringing things, check the prohibited items list, because generally REs don't look, it's just plain sight. But if you have something like, my school doesn't allow bed risers, which I think is dumb, because I don't like how low my bed is. I want my bed higher, because my bed at home is a lot higher. And but like some, they don't allow you to have like certain kitchen appliances, they don't allow you to have certain other things that are like just general, like some schools don't allow Christmas lights, some schools allow you to charge batteries in your room, and just stuff like that. Some schools limit the things you can bring, but you can still, they're not gonna say no, you can't bring like you can't bring like your TV with you, like they're not gonna prohibit this, like things like you can't have candles, you can't have lighters, you can't have like any or like medication. Like my school, marijuana is completely banned, even if you have a medical card. And in Florida, it's illegal unless it's medicinal. So just definitely look at your school's policies before bringing anything. But I want to thank you all for watching this ridiculous video, and I'll see you in the next one. If you have any questions about the admissions process or college in general, leave them in the comments below. And without further ado, enjoy the dorm tour. Now we're going to start with a general overview of the room. This may make it look big, but in reality it's really, really small. For instance, for reference, I'm 6'1". I can lean, put my feet against that wall, and I can have my hands touch this wall. So it's like, I think like 7 feet. Over here, I have my bed. I did move it because I didn't really like the way they set it up originally. I have my closet where I have storage and basically just clothes. My fan, because it gets really, really hot in here. You got my course schedule, so I have a quick reference. I have a locked crate where I put valuables, where I don't want people rummaging around it. Over here, I have my desktop, a gaming computer, monitors, pretty much everything. I do have my laptop over there for class. And then I have the mic arm, my Xbox, and then just some basic storage. I got some clothes in here. And then there's just a regular junk drawer. And then I have like a monitor stand. Well, really just a organization stand, how I call it. It has all my pencils, calculators, paper, whatever I need. And then over there, that's just a box that acts as a second table for my phone charger and basic like stuff. And then under here, we have the ASMR trigger, a box, and another bag full of crap that I basically just put stuff like toiletries in there. So let's do one more look. So let's do one last look. This is my room, not much about it. Very, very, very small, but it has everything I need.